Deadly bomb explosion rips through the Syrian capital, Damascus. At least 13 people have been killed in the car bomb blast that hit near the Interior Ministry in Marja district. Dozens of others have been injured. Fire engines were battling several blazes at the site of the explosion. Also on Monday, twin car bombings rocked the city. That attack targeted the convoy of Prime Minister Wael al-Halqi. The premier survived the explosions, but several other people were killed. Let's bring in a professor at the Lebanese University, Mohsen Saleh, who joins us from Beirut to get his viewpoints on this. Mohsen Saleh, when we look at these different explosions that result in casualties, also looking at what happened yesterday with the aim of perhaps assassinating the prime minister, doesn't this tarnish the image of these Western-backed insurgents and provide a pretty bad impression of what is going on in the ground, especially the countries that support them?
Well, yes, that's true. And these people, these terrorists, they have, I guess, no aim. They are aimless in Syria. Their objective is to ruin and to put Syria under rubble by the order of the United States and the countries who are giving orders to these nihilists and the people, these terrorists. They kill people, civilians. That's true. They probably targeted yesterday the prime ministers who narrowly escaped this event. But I guess their aim is to kill Syria and to kill the political line in Syria and the political leadership in Syria and the people. These people who are coming from all over the world, from Europe and from Yemen and from Tunisia and from Libya, these people who are facilitating their way to go from the borders, especially from Turkey, I guess they should be charged and brought to justice. These people are terrorists per se, purely terrorists.
And then you have the U.S. that's backed the SNC by, I think the latest toll on that was $250 million. Aren't they afraid that some of this money is going to end up in the hands of the terrorists when you have an SNC that within itself is divided?
Well, I guess their aim is to kill Syria, as I mentioned. They don't care. The United States, they don't care about civilians. They don't care about the peoples in the region. Their aim is to kill the spirit of resistance that's in Syria and in Lebanon and in Iraq and in other places in Palestine. That's their way, that's their track, that's their aim. And I guess the United States, they never were ashamed of their terrorist attacks in Iraq and against Iran, against Lebanon, and because they adopt this kind from adopting the Zionist entity, so they don't care whether they adopt the Nusra and Al-Qaeda from behind, and they declare that these groups are terrorists and they are afraid. If they really afraid, they can give orders to Turks and to some other parties of their alliances to stop helping these terrorist attacks and stop killing the Syrians. They are responsible for killing these people in the region. They should withdraw from the political scene in the region. Otherwise, they are responsible because they have been putting these groups under their pressure and under their order in Iraq and in Syria now, in order to give the way to divide the country in Iraq and in Syria and pave their way in order to dominate the region. That's what the Americans and the Western countries want from the region.
Pleasure talking to you. Mohsen Saleh, professor at Lebanese University in Beirut. Thank you very much.